So I'm about to start my day, but today I wanted to focus on one particular pastry. I thought it would be interesting to show the whole way of the Danish pastry. How many people are involved, what ingredients come, and actually what's the way to reach the counter. But before baking it, I want to show you how we make the dough, laminate, and only then we will reach this point. So see you in a bit. Whenever it comes to mixing the dough, firstly I scale dry ingredients and put them straight into the mixing bowl. So in the bowl I already put flour, sugar, salt, cold butter, and now adding wet ingredients. I'm mixing in the intervals, first on low speed, then I add yeast and mix on a faster speed. Normally we get stable results, however, with the hot weather we need to watch the temperature of milk and water, as those ingredients should go to the mixing bowl as cold as possible. Then, after it's done, it's time to portion it. Today I do 14 pieces, and I will use half of the benchtop table to form the balls and will let it rest. This step is quite important as the dough relaxes, kickstart the proving process, and in the meantime, we'll start to develop complexity of the flavors. After the time has passed, we take the bowl and flatten it, or degassing it, put in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer for some time to chill. Talking in general, it's quite important to cover it well as we don't want to form the second skin. As it gets exposed to air, the dough will dry out and becomes crusty. When it comes to lamination, first, we prepare butter. Since the butter is too thick for lamination, we flatten it through the dough sheeter between two silicone mats. Then, it's being transferred on the parchment paper and flattened more evenly. This step is optional though. Once all the butter plaques are done, we are good to start with the lamination. So the dough has defrosted enough. We take the dough which has been done yesterday, nicely defrosted today, the butter that has just been prepared, and so finally both of them hit the lamination machine. Here my superhuman colleague is laminating the doughs, as he starts with the first fold, which is a book or double fold. Then the ends get cut and folded in the middle. As you see, he's working really fast as we want to keep the butter and dough layers as cold as possible. Then immediately the dough goes to the freezer to rest. Once rested, the dough is slowly getting passed through the lamination machine again. The dough is going to be folded again into a book fold. It is important to leave the gap in the middle, as this gap gives enough room to make a tidy fold, so the layers lay nicely on top of each other. Sounds like a lot of resting and folding, but we're very close to see this piece of dough to be transformed into something really nice. Once rested for the last time, he finishes with a single fold. The last step is just to flatten the dough and cut into the even squares. Since we don't use them immediately, we save them in the freezer until I come in the morning and prepare them for baking. So, here we met again. I take the right number according to the day and lay on the trays. Just have a look at this block of layers. I wait a bit until they get softer, and with the sharpest knife I could find in the kitchen, I cut the sides, as we want to put a lot of filling. I leave them to proof and will come back to them when they grow significantly and I see these layers separating. Now I take the Danish out and going to give some final touches. I push the center to make some space for the pastry cream. For a strawberry Danish, I put the creme patisserie, which was prepared yesterday by one of my colleagues. Once I bake them, I pass them to my compañera and she finishes them with the lemon curd and fresh strawberries. I don't have a separate section for the lemon curd, but I leave you to check my channel for the lemon curd recipe. So as you see, 2 more people get involved, so it means already 4 people contributed to this pastry creation, plus the owner of the bakery who designed the ingredients and the method. We should always try to eat seasonal. The moment I'm doing this video is the season of apricots, so we are too not missing the opportunity to put something fresh on the counter. The method is the same. The squares get filled with cream, raw apricot and get baked, then topped with more cream and honey lavender roasted apricot. Something green is always pleasing the eye too. I hope you enjoyed the journey of this beautiful pastry. Thanks for watching and see you next week.